hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer.
Entertainment for time come tell with another video, and we talking Sully Amish, y'all. We do episodes 4 and 5. Stay tuned for Judah's interview coming up very, very soon. Okay, once again, we're waiting for some more episodes to air, especially when he does come out to the Amish and let us know that he is bisexual. So I don't know. I'm starting to question the validity of this show, because where did Matt go for all of this time and all of a sudden he's come back? Like, I don't get how he was hidden all this time and now he's back. Like, they done got chuggins, they done changed clothing, all types of stuff, and this man been gone for an episode or two, and then he just pop up. So Matt ends up coming back in episode 4 for Kendra. Kendra's like, ah! She jumped like the nigga was dead, and then like hop over like a hill, and then breaks her arm. Like, she injures her arm. She even had to get an Amish cast. Okay, that to me was the funniest part of it. The Amish cast, you guys, it's like made of cloth and it has like a ring around it. So I was like, I when she injured her arm, I was looking to see, because I'm like, okay, if they're Amish, like what type of cast they gonna put her arm in? So Matt is back, and of course James is livid. So James is looking at him like, what the hell are you doing here? Because he is at this point banished because he's a divorcee. He lied about being divorced. So he should not have been in the community at all. Plus, in my opinion, James kind of has a crush on Kendra. I feel like he has a crush on her and he doesn't want to admit it. Okay. And I feel like he's a little bit jealous of Matt. So that's why I feel like all the animosity is coming from. Matt is very bold because the way the show is produced, it's like the producers aren't there most of the time or something. It's just the cameraman. So they could have really did what they wanted to this man. I don't know how involved the producers are in this show. That's something I really want to ask Judah about, because I just feel like a lot of some of the scenes, I'm like, can they really get murked or like hurt out here? And is this real? Is this real? That's what I want to know. Because now I'm looking at episodes, I'm like, and y'all, I saw a casting for it. I saw a casting for season 2. I know it's Sully Amish. They didn't say the name of the show. A lot of these reality shows, when they're casting for it, they don't say the name of the show. They just give you the premise. And the premise is the same exact as Sully Amish. So I said, I see. Would y'all want me to do it? I ain't doing it though. No shade. I'm not. So I'm gonna ask y'all the question, but I already came up to say I'm not doing it. Like, I feel like me doing it would be me turning against God. I do believe in God. Okay, so I don't want to do it. Like, no, I would feel like I'm betraying God for fame. You know what I'm saying? And like, he's gonna get me there one way or another. Okay, in the entertainment industry. So no, I wouldn't do it though. And I do know the Amish do believe in God, but I feel like there is a part of, and I'm not criticizing the religion, you guys, so please don't come for me, okay? It's just something I wouldn't do. There's a part of the religion to me where it kind of involves, like they practice, some of the Amish practice a work-based relationship with God. So that's the part I would feel like I'm just doing it just for the fame of it, and I'm not trying to do that because I feel like, I don't know, I would get some bad juju from that. So no. Okay, so Matt comes back. All the cast is happy because they're like, oh my God, Kendra and Matt can reunite. And James is just looking at him all types of crazy. I thought he was going to cuss him out and chase him down again with another Glockiana, but they decided to let him stay. They decided to let him stay for the gist of it. And they're saying that he says he wants to conform in order to, guys, kind of be around. And he said he didn't lie about being divorced. He just did not say it, which to me, that's a form of lying. That's a form of lying. Okay. You are omitting information. You're lying a little bit. Now, Esmeralda, on the other hand, she's still getting used to not having nail polish, eyelashes, basically, looking as beautiful as she does with it all on, she's still getting used to that. And they're assisting her with that. But over time, she kind of got comfortable with it, which to me, she looks good with or without all of the extra stuff. So I don't know why, she was so like upset about it. Now, the hearing aid situation, this is the part that bothers me. This is the part that bothers me because from what I know, I feel like Amish people, they're quick to accommodate medical issues, right? So I feel like if he has a medical issue with the hearing aid, why is it taking so long for them to accommodate him? They give him like this hearing aid piece that he had an issue hearing in because it was not electronic. Like, I don't know. That's the part I don't agree with because it's not like he could do anything about that. That's something he has to adjust to. So I feel like that's the one thing that they could have accommodated. The one like over Judah wanting boots, wanting a certain type of boots. I feel like they let Judah get away with a lot. Okay, I like Judah, of course, the most because he's the only black one in shape. But I do feel like they let him get away with a lot versus somebody who needs a hearing aid. Y'all give him the runaround. Mind you, he's the only one that I could see actually turning Amish just because of the way that he is. Okay. And we're talking Aaron. He's the only one that I could actually see being Amish. I don't see Matt being Amish. I don't see Judah being Amish. I don't see Kendra being Amish. Like, he's the only one. So you would think they would have a little bit more like freedom to be able to assist him, but they don't care at this point. So Alan at one point in the episode takes Aaron to find a job with an Amish subcontractor. So he had to basically like paint the houses by hand, and he was doing it with one, I don't know what the thing called, the paintbrush. The roller paintbrush. He had to do it all by himself. They all standing there watching him. I'm like, see, that's the stuff I don't like. It's the selfishness. Like, y'all should be assisting me in the job. Why are you just watching me doing what I do? That's the stuff I don't like. So that's why I want to do this. Like, because okay. The funniest part to me, another funny part to me in episode 4 was the churning of the butter. So the girls all got together. Kendra, Billy Joe was there as well, and Emma, and they all started to churn butter. And Kendra, her horny ass, basically tried to insinuate that churning the butter was the equivalent to jahan. Okay, so they just kept doing the churning of the butter. They doing the churning of the butter and stuff like that. So they were basically introducing them. This is where they really started to get into like doing the Amish of things, right? They really started living like the lifestyle outside of just wearing the clothes. During Aaron's painting session, Aaron is telling, he's telling, he's talking about Billy Joe, right? And how he feels like Billy Joe is looking for a Amish guy. So Alan, the guy that Alan took the subcontractor that they took Aaron to, mind you, he's like this dude. He has like an Amish haircut. It's like a bowl cut. He's like a little bit bigger. Like, some tells me like Billy Joe would not be down for it. Billy Joe got a mouth, by the way. Billy Joe got a mouth on her. Okay, that Billy Joe, she runs it. Like, especially when I seen the preview for episode 6, she gonna talk about, she called Kendra a trifling heifer. I said, oh, that's not very Amish of you. When she said that, I said, oh, this is Billy Joe, y'all. Billy Joe, like, she a little slick out the mouth. So I feel like the moment she sees that subcontractor, she's gonna be looking at him all types of crazy because it don't seem like he's her type. I don't see them vibing. So Billy Joe goes on this date with this guy, right? The subcontractor. His name Jacob. That date was so awkward. Whole time that they're talking, Jacob's like, okay, okay, okay. He just keeps saying, okay. He just keeps hitting her with that, right? And she says she likes him. She was like, At first she seen him, she said, wow, he's big. I thought she was gonna say something, mean afterwards, but she was like, no, like she likes his aesthetic, she likes the Amish haircut, all of that. But you could tell he's very awkward. He hasn't had a girlfriend. He's very like shy for the most part, and that's why he was so awkward within that date. But she was very nice and at least patient with him. We found out the man had tattoos because Billy Joe has a tattoo in the back of her head, but he was like, they're like, do you have tattoos? He's like, okay, okay, I do. And he said they're hidden or whatever. So some of this stuff, I'm just like, once the Amish watch this air, but they don't have television. But once they get news through other people, maybe the English tell them that he has tattoos. Will he get in trouble for stuff like that? Especially now that they know that the tattoos are hidden. But I guess because he hides the tattoos away in his Amish wear, that he's not going to get in trouble for it. So I'm guessing that's how it goes. We end up fighting on the date that he got his nipples pierced. I said, I know you lying. He ends up showing his nipples pierced. So he's one of them Amish people that probably lived an English lifestyle that was a little wild, and then he transformed to be Amish because like both nipples pierced at that. It wasn't one, it was two. Had both nipples pierced. He showed it to her on the date, so she's really feeling him. That was really cute. See, I like to include stuff like that because it's like we're getting to see stuff that we may not see. Like, who would have thought that would have been like what an Amish date would look like? Is like them getting to know each other like that. But he really opened up to her, basically told her, his secrets. So she's really feeling Jacob, right? And him and his bowl cut. So let's go on to episode 5. We see James and Emma kind of flirting with each other a little bit, which is a little bit hypocritical because the way that they've been sizing up Kendra and Matt. So Matt is feeling away because every time Kendra is hanging out with Matt, everybody's kind of looking at them sideways as if they're going to start having SCX out in the public. So at one point of the episode, Alan pulls all the guys together, Aaron, Matt, and Judah, to all sit down and talk about relationships. So this is their version of having like the birds and the bees talk, right? This right here is Alan, right? So Alan pulls them all to sit down, and as he's talking to them, he's basically telling Matt, like, hey, take it slow with Kendra. So then here comes Judah, and Judah's just like, oh, well, if it come to a point where somebody, a member of the church, was gay or whatever. Not gay. He didn't say the words gay. He said dating both sex. He did it very like meticulous. Like he was very like, very particular about the wording that he used. And basically, Alan was like, yeah, like you would get shunned. Basically, if you were dating both genders or whatever, like you would get shunned. Like that's it, that's all. I felt bad for Judah in this point. Something about his story makes me a little sad. Like you could tell, although the show, it's a produced reality show, right? You could just tell in himself, he is still not the most comfortable telling people he is bi. Just out of just being Amish. I don't see that in him. And it's sad. It really is. Like I noticed that in this episode. Like you could see the worry in his face, and you could see him like actually genuinely getting sad, like outside of the TV shit. So that in itself made me like, it made me a little sad watching it because you could see really like the fear in his eyes. Okay. And it sucks because a lot of men out here in the USA are really like bi, but they're not willing to admit it. They will act like they're not, deal with dudes and stuff behind girls' backs, and then girls end up finding out and then they get mad. Instead of people creating an environment where others are comfortable with saying what they like, so that way others are not confused. Because what people don't understand is the biggest problem when it comes to sexuality is fear. So if people are in an environment where they are fearful, they will not be honest, which then creates other issues. So it's a bigger deal than what people want to grasp. It's a lot deeper. The more people are scared, the more issues come about when it comes to relationships, diseases, and more. I'm a big believer in that. I don't care what nobody says. It's the honesty of it all. And the big thing that Alan was adamant on is basically telling Matt that he can't be fornicating and doing things while they're living the Amish lifestyle. Now, this is where the hypocrisy comes in. We see in this same episode, James allegedly hook up with Emma. This is what drives a lot of people away from religious groups like this, because they'll tell you to do one thing and then they'll do something else behind the scenes. And this is what people view, and it scares them away from church, or it scares them away from God, because they see the hypocrisy in certain people's actions. This is why it's extremely important to have your own relationship with God. You should be following God, not a religion. I'm a big believer in that, because the moment you follow a religion, meaning like a group, meaning like you're taking word of what man and this person is telling you, and they're condemning you and they're putting you down. Meanwhile, they're doing way worse behind closed doors. You'll start to feel bad about yourself, resent the religion, not want to be a part of it anymore, and rebel. But if you have your own relationship with God, then that's completely different. So that's why a lot of people kind of run. So when I saw that, I said, now, James, you mean to tell me you went into that bathroom, to scratch her back? Huh? You went and gave her a hot bath, didn't you? What'd you do up in that bathroom, James? Because we know what went down up in that bathroom, boo. You know what I'm saying? You was digging in Emma. Okay? He went in there shirtless as all, and he even put a cloth over the cameras. Speaking of church, they go into like a church service this episode, and they show the whole church. Where they don't actually show the whole church service, but they show them going into it. Cameras were not allowed in the Amish community, just due to the fact that that's a part of their ruling. They can't be having any church services filmed, which I feel like that's a common thing for like a lot of services, unless they're filming it themselves to put out digitally for people that cannot make it in person. But you just can't come up in there with your own cameras filming it, because it's like sacred or whatever. Now, apparently the church service was very long. Some of them had to go outside, take a breather. Some of the Amish people were looking at them kind of sideways, because once again, they are newer people. Now, Matt and Kendra went on a date this episode, and Emma was over there ear hustling. Emma, to me, is a hypocrite, because what you're doing behind everybody's back with James is not okay, just as much as what Kendra and Matt are sneaking off and doing. By the end of the episode, I guess Matt needed to bust the nut, so he escaped off and got a hotel room with Kendra. Apparently, there's only about one hotel room near the area. James finds out he knocking on the door to see what they're doing up in there, and I'm like, oh. That was scandalous. I was like, I cannot wait for the next episode. I don't know what they're going to be caught doing up in there. Y'all know what they're going to be doing up in there, okay? But once again, it's hypocritical. James, you just snuck into a room with Emma. So what were you doing in that room with Emma? It's weird. It's odd. Okay? It's hypocritical. That's what I think. Let me know what y'all think down below about the last two episodes, you guys. Are y'all enjoying this series? Because I'm actually liking it. It's a lot different from a lot of reality shows out there. So I like the fact that it's like super different, and we're getting to see, even though I don't think it's the most 100% real, I feel like it's like 75% real. We're getting a gist of what real Amish life is really like. Okay, let me know what y'all think, and we are babies.